Oh, you said that, and I just want to go make popcorn now. But like,
you know what? It's really great that I have the time to do it because the game doesn't start until I arrive. But
yeah,
You're not wrong.
Right. Well, if everyone is ready, coming back from last session, you all found yourselves in the Garden of Esperanto, one of the various landmarks on the constellations of convergence as a part of the continent of Exordia, where you find yourselves. As you all are moving through the forest, you find yourselves being brought upon by a strange finned individual running away from a dinosaur, an ancient entity none of you have seemed to see before. This strange reptilian that attacks you, nearly killing Alex in the process. As you all get acquainted with yourselves, you decide to bring Tennis along, having just lost one of your party members, as Jay valiantly says goodbye to you all after realizing a mission is sent to him from his mother that he needs to come home. So you all are currently walking through the Garden of Esperanto. And you are looking for the portal to the Feywild. Is there anything in particular you guys are doing as you are currently walking?
I'm keeping a close eye on Tunis.
I am also doing that.
So are you just eyeing him as he's walking next to you?
I'm not necessarily eyeing him, but I'm making sure I know exactly where he is at all times, like just kind of like as a presence kind of thing.
Okay.
I'm actually be eyeing these two.
So, Tunis, you're watching as you're being stared at from two different angles, and then you see Blank staring at them. This old man with a beard, which you're not really used to beards like his.
I'm not used to beards, period.
Some people have weird...
I was thinking about it. I've never seen fire before.
No, you have not.
And I'm at a party with Blank.
And Alex, too. Don't forget about him.
Oh, that's Necromancer. Don't worry.
Wait, have you seen Ice?
Yeah, you can still cast Fireball.
So, okay. So you guys aren't, like, talking, are you? You're just staring at each other?
I'm not, no.
I am slowly sidling up closer to the only sensible person in this party.
So Alex is just standing there being like, hi.
I mean, I'm walking with Alex, I'm pretty sure. I said last
so
session.
you're standing next to Warmore and Alex.
Yeah.
I'm trying to sidle away from Borbor and just, like, closer to Alex, because, like, safety pylon.
Alex is gonna be staying in between you. So Alex is, like, in the middle. Yeah. So as you're walking... Right, I can't really sense where anything is in this forest. We're going to have to try and look around. Does anybody here have a lot of skill in, you know, being in forests? Yes, yeah. Right, Vorvor, you had lots of experience with that. Would you mind trying to help us locate somehow?
Yeah.
Portal?
I'll go with that. Okay. This is your one chance, die. Otherwise, I'm going back to the other ones.
Okay.
What am I rolling? Survival, perception?
Survival check.
Okay. 10 total. Nope. Okay. Total. That dice is done.
So you look over at the ground and start to kind of place and see like the natural formations, and you try and listen to the sound of the trees, something you haven't seemed to take the time to do for a while. And you start to hear the forest around you, and you focus and steam to find a direction that you feel as though is the best. A lot of animals seem to be like you notice different like small animal life seems to be going in different directions, so it's hard to direct there. So your best assessment is to just keep going forward.
I'm not able to tell much from this.
You're going currently you're starting to pace northward. So you're pacing up near the direction of where you originally found Tunnus, but you are pacing directly up. So you are starting to reach what looks like a riverbank. So you notice the forest molds around you in these various beautiful hues of green, brown, orange, and reds. The river seems to be forming to your left with arms of trees arching overhead. The water, this clear crystalline blue with like a subtle aura emanating from it. There's thick vines and exotic plants that seem to span in this vast array around you. The distant sound of water splashing into the far off lake fills the distant sound. Basically, you can hear what Tennis knows as the water plane portal, but to you guys sounds like a waterfall. Off going in the distance, a beautiful deer walks alongside the riverbed with a small baby doe, seeming to sit at the riverbank.
Can I make an Arcana check?
Certainly. What are you checking specifically? Just magic?
See if I can tell if there's a stronger like force magic in a certain direction.
Oh, I get what you mean. Interesting. Yeah, go for it.
This dice fucking rules. Rolled an 18. 20 total.
Okay, you feel different types of magic in all sorts of directions. It's actually difficult to really assess. This entire space is made of different kinds of magic. Very raw amounts of magic that seem to be elemental in nature. So you can feel the intensity of wind, earth, fire, and water, like all in different directions. The Feywild is not like a specific kind of magic necessarily. Mm-hmm. It's more chaotic. So you can imagine that there would definitely be a portal somewhere, but there's too much magic to really read. You can imagine this would be a nightmare for most wizards to try and magically locate things with something like detect magic, because you're detecting so much going on at once. It's like you can imagine if it weren't for the fact that you're simply like feeling it out, it could be like sensory overload. Everyone make me a perception check.
Oh.
I'm gonna ask if I could do that.
20 total.
20 total, okay.
1d20 -2. I rolled a 3.
Okay.
Your perception is -2.
Did anybody roll above a 20?
No.
I rolled 18
or
total.
roll up to a 20, sorry.
I got a 15.
I got an 18.
Okay. Actually, I'll roll for Alex. Vorbor. Yeah, just Vorbor. Vorbor, you hear a crunch up in a tree over to your left.
I nudge Alex and I look over in the direction of the tree and start walking. Like it's like a worried look kind of thing.
Okay, are you walking just directly to the tree?
I'm kind of doing like a banana to it. Like I'm not going direct. Like
okay, I got you. Yeah, no, definitely that's a way to put it. You're curving around. Okay.
Yeah. I'm like looking around. Like I know what tree it came from, though. I'm guessing.
Yes, you do.
Then yeah, I'm doing a curve to that tree.
Okay, you start curving to the tree. At which point you hear rustling from the tree, and then an arrow goes to in front of your feet, and you see one of the leaves of the tree part, and you see a what seems to be a young elf girl. As you watch as she goes, "Stop right there."
And who might you be?
I'll be the ones asking the question, sir. How did you get in the forest?
We were teleported here.
I fell in.
What was that?
I fell in here. I don't want to be here.
Best not
Okay.
step any further. You're stepping into our territory.
And who's we?
Why should I tell you?
Because we're extremely nice people who just want to walk through and not kill people, right, everybody? We're not gonna kill every stranger we see.
Wait, so we all notice this now?
Yeah, you all notice there is a young elven girl who now getting a better look at her, you see she has like this well tended to armor that is cultivated to look like leaves, very well painted like green leaves. Under it seems to be like a brown tunic. She has her very wondrous looking silk blonde hair tied up in a bun as she is currently standing in the tree. As she goes, right, well, you better give me a good reason, otherwise you best done get out of here.
We're trying to go to the
the way you
Feywild.
came. It's dangerous out in these parts.
We're trying to get to the Feywild.
The Feywild?
But when did that happen?
Well, I wouldn't know nothing about no Feywild, I'm sorry to tell y'all.
Well, there's supposed to be some sort of portal around here that we're supposed to take.
And you hear another voice go, Soren, maybe we should be careful. And you see now, slightly shivering from part of the tree, a small gnomish boy with less well-tended to armor, but the same style, seeming to be sitting there. He has like ruffled ashen brown hair with leaves sticking out and a little bit of mud across his face.
Can I tell how roughly how old they are?
Make an insight check for me, just to see.
Teen insight is +5, 21. I love this dice.
Okay, damn. You
love
can
this
tell that
dice.
she's probably in her 20s. She's like a child in elf years.
Yeah.
And you can see the other person also seems to be around the similar age, the small gnomish boy. As you watch as she goes, Calrum, shut up! I'm trying to be cool here.
Perhaps if you come down from the tree, we can just have a nice conversation.
And you
I'd make sure you're at least 10 feet away, though.
you see the gnomish the gnomish boy goes, come on, I haven't seen anybody in
It's probably safer up in the tree.
right. Fucking hell. Okay, I'm coming down, and you watch as she grabs one of the vines and very skillfully rides it down part of the tree and lands perfectly. And you watch as her hair like perfectly like flows back. And you see like now getting a better look at her, like, and also seeing the sun start to shine partially in her appearance.
Mm-hmm.
She I guess I'm describing this mostly for Evie. Evie, she's very pretty looking.
There it is. I know what
her skin is like a glowing, like pure white. Up to you how you feel about that. I figured I would just throw that in the ring.
So is this gonna be Evie's
and you
love?
see the gnomish boy grab onto one of the vine and try and ride it down and like let go partway, at which point the elven girl catches him and goes, Calrum, I can't keep saving you like this. And he's like, I'm good. So as she gets down, she's like, right, well, we're from New Twisted Root. We're a village just within the garden. Just a ways away. I could you said you're looking for Feywild?
Yes.
I might not know much about it, but my pa might. Or the Speaker of the Roots.
I feel like if, as far as we've been told by by River, one of the
By a river?
his name is River, a very powerful magician sorcerer.
Oh, are you wizards? Oh,
I'm a wizard. No.
I don't even know
are
any
you
magic.
folk wizard? I see the bearded man in the back. I've seen wizards in my day.
He's a wizard.
Have you seen an old man?
It's
Nah,
kind
he
of
is one.
stereotypical.
I'll
I'm
be honest.
gonna say that.
Hey,
Yeah,
now
but
I
is he
haven't
wrong?
seen many
Are
wizards
they wrong?
in my day.
I mean, they can't just say that.
All I'm saying is he looks like a wizard. Like I can see he has a weird metal thing behind him that's moving.
I cast Silent Image to give both Blank and his creation a wizard hat.
See, look at that! That's literally magic. See, I don't think I
Okay,
made
there was
this
no
up.
need to do that. I have my Doug Dimmadome hat. I pull it out.
Oh my God.
I look at Alex and I just kind of point at him and was like, "Was that you?" And he's like,
No, but that would have been fun if it was. And then you see her go, right, well, I'll take you to my pa if you promise you're not here to steal something or do your weird magical journey stuff. You're just here traveling, right?
"We're here
Wait,
traveling,
what is there to
looking for
steal?
the Feywild."
Sure.
By weird magical journeying stuff, do you perhaps mean that we cannot journey to the Feywild magically?
What?
It's on a different dimension.
Why are we going to the Feywild again?
You don't need to know right now.
On the way, Alex can catch you up.
Your friend's a little funny.
He's new. He's a new friend.
I'm a friend now.
If I would call him a friend.
No, 10 minutes ago you were threatening to give me an extra set of gills, and now I'm a friend!
It's a very complicated situation.
Calrum, stick with me, please. And you watch his
That's-
Calrum.
I would recommend that.
I'll be careful. It's nice to meet you all. Sir, I'm very interested in the books I see attached to your belt as Alex kind of turns and goes like, "Oh, I can't really share these, but I do have storybooks if those would be interesting." And he's like, "Oh, from where you come from? Sure." At which point, they start talking over in the back, and it seems enthusiastically they're exchanging exchanging what's inside some of Alex's books he keeps in his bag.
My only lifeline is gone.
Introduces herself and goes, "Well, I'm a Soren. I'm a seeker of the village. Follow me."
Seeker what?
Seeker. I look through the forest. I gather resources for fellow village members, especially those who can't provide for themselves.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm Vorbor.
Sorry.
Nice to meet you, Vorbor.
Nice to meet you as well.
Haven't seen very many dragonkin around.
That's not entirely surprising. I point to Arashi and say that is Arashi.
Watch out for her!
I mean, she looks pretty catty. I've seen. We've actually had a few of her folk come by in our village before.
The person with the wizard hat is Blank.
Yeah.
Wait.
Wait. So
I snap my fingers and the
That's
wizard
his
hat
name?
appears on Warbor's head.
what did you do?
I snap my fingers and the wizard hat appears on Warbor's head.
See, are you all wizards and you're just not telling me something?
No, I'm a druid.
He's
Oh,
a secret wizard.
You're a druid.
Mhm.
With all those swords?
Well, that's. I'm a druid, but I also have very strong teachings in swords. It's one of those things where it's nice to be prepared for all circumstances.
Right. And You, sir, with the gills?
I'm Tunis.
Right.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. And you? And you watch as Calorum's like, I didn't know that those type of dwarves really did that sort of thing, building strange runic creatures. That's an interesting mythology. And you watch as Alex like, oh, I'm Alex. Nice to meet you. And he shakes her hand as well. She says, very well. Come on, let's go. And you watch as she grabs another vine and grabs Calorum and starts hopping on tree branch to tree branch. And she says, hurry up!
I snap my fingers and make the wizard hat appear on Arashi's head, but it's just covering her eyes.
Oh my god. I actually am curious. I don't think Arashi can see through the image. So, Arashi, you have to keep waving your hand in your face to get the wizard hat off.
Can I just punch Tunis in the face?
Sure. Roll to attack.
I turn into a direwolf and I follow them.
Okay.
Wait. Can I at least see that?
I'm out.
Wait.
I don't want to hurt him. I just want to like knock him onto his feet.
Can I just hop onto Warboard so I don't have to actually see through the fucking image?
Okay, so I just have.
If you were fast
Or
enough.
actually, make a contested. If you're just trying to throw him on his ass, make a contested strength check.
Oh, because I'm so strong.
Would I be adding any modifiers to that, or is just that a D20?
Do you have a
it's just
strength? Do you have any strength modifier?
Oh no. Okay. Just
Then
like
no.
straight to.
The wrong chat.
Okay, not one.
Don't worry, there's always hope. I got a 20.
Literally just not one.
I got a natural 20.
Tunis, you, as Blank throws a punch at you, you catch the fist in your hand and partially crunch the knuckles of Blank's hand.
It was just a joke.
Also,
Did not
if
need to do that joke.
If Evie wants to jump onto my back, I wasn't waiting for her because I wasn't expecting it, so you'd have to roll for that, I would say, because I'm not.
Feline agility. I can catch up to you.
He's actually faster than you are.
And you also are trying to go to a hat
Okay.
that's in for your eyes.
I just need to be quick enough to grab you, and then obviously you'll feel me grab you and slow down.
I think it's actually a DC-16 intelligence check to see through my illusions.
I'm offended by
Okay, so make an intelligence check, Evie.
Okay.
that. Okay. Where the fuck's my... Oh. $12.
What's the DC? It was 16?
It was 16.
Okay.
I'm offended by
You can't
this.
see through the hat. You can, like, barely see below your feet. So you have to, like, shift your head like this and stare down. Oh, sorry, you can't.
So she's running with her head back.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hate it here. Can I catch up to Warbor and grab him?
Let me see actually how fast a direwolf is.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm assuming it's faster than me.
It is. It moves 50 feet, but Arashi is able to catch up to you because Arashi can move.
Yeah, fair.
60!
Arashi can move 120 feet per turn.
Yeah.
If you
Feline
with
agility.
the
And
feline.
that's without using her bonus action dash.
Yeah, you got to use everything in order to do it, but Arashi is able to catch up to you.
Would you be able to outrun a fireball?
I mean,
I
It's a
swear to
fireball.
God.
if a fireball is cast, it is already off of Arashi's turn, so no.
Fair,
But-
okay.
So Vorbor, so Arashi, you're just trying to grab on. I'm assuming you don't want Arashi to grab onto you.
I mean, it's not like my preferred thing to have someone ride the bat. No, not
Okay.
a fan of that.
And plus, so there is no saddle, so you'd have to grapple on. So you're gonna make a contested strength check against your direwolf form's dexterity. So Vorbor, you add +2, and Arashi, you're gonna add your strength modifier. Because
Okay, I'm glad that you.
this is strength based because
It's
you're not
13 for me.
using your
14.
dexterity. 14.
What?
What'd you roll, Vorbor?
I rolled 13 total because you said +2 for dexterity, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Arashi, you are able to grapple onto Vorbor's direwolf form and start moving through the forest on his back. But
Sick,
a
I can't see.
direwolf. Yeah, you can. Well, you can, but you have to hold like this, so your head has to be reeled back, and you can feel the neck pain and the whiplash from riding.
Is there like, hold up, is there like do I have this even though we're already like several feet away from him by this point?
I think they get out of my range eventually.
Yeah, eventually the hat will disappear,
Thank fucking God.
and you can see normally. However, Vorbor,
My wizarding friends, shall we walk after them?
piercing damage as Arashi has to cleave their claws into your
How
back.
much piercing damage do I have to take?
Just one piercing damage.
Okay, I'm
As Arashi
it's not gonna
grabs
matter.
onto you and stinks their fingers in because there's nothing holding Arashi on. Frankly, if you turned left, Arashi would flip off to the side because there's not even a front part of it. There's no saddle.
Oh! It would,
However,
huh?
because Arashi is holding on so hard, we're gonna say Arashi stays on, even if you try and shake her off.
I've changed my mind.
at a
We
certain
are no longer the wizarding friends. You are my magical mates, and shall we continue?
at a certain
The rest
point
of-
I can see, so I might as well just hop off the second I can see and then start going.
Okay,
on
the
my
second
own.
you can see, you hop off and keep pace with Vorbor.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, you feel like the scratches of cat claws in your back a little bit.
Yeah,
As you-
I kind of look over and I'm just like,
The rest of you follow up from behind. Actually, does Alex have a spell for this? No, he does not. Okay. Alex will just run along the side, being like, Eventually, you guys find yourselves in a clearing. You see, along various tree lines, beautifully crafted wooden homes with these fine bridges seeming to go across large tree to tree. You see below the lower floors, inside of the trees, have been these crafted homes with windows cut into the interior of the trees, along with what seems to be general sapling holes, or like those holes you normally see naturally form in trees, being there as entranceways. You see inside of the main thoroughfare of this small little town, there is children playing with tag with each other. You see another elderly woman over in the corner, rocking in a rocking chair along with another smaller child. And then you see at the end of this forest a slightly larger tree that seems to have a spiraling bridge staircase system that goes up. So it's not a staircase, but it's like a ramp that seems to go around the tree and up to the main part of the tree where it's a big little wooden building. Kind of like a saucer in terms of shape, but it seems to be a wooden structure. And you watch as a Soren says, "Rat, follow me this way." And you see his children stop and drop what they are doing, as some of them seem to be pretending to fight with sticks, and one of the other ones seems to be currently kicking a ball made out of grass. And they all turn and go, "Whoa, cool, hi!" And they start running up to you all and be like, "Hi there, how are you? What's your names?" And you watch as like one of the little girls walks up to Arashi and is like, "Whoa, I've never seen you before. You look like a big kitty."
Stranger danger, kid.
I'm in my dire form still.
Stranger. Well,
Stranger danger.
My name's Michael. My name's Michelle. What's your name?
Can I immediately take over?
Can I just like glare at this kid? Like, can I just like completely glare at them? Not say anything?
Sorry, I didn't mean to bother you. And then she runs over, and then you see another one of them being like, "Whoa! Are you a dragon?" You have the scales. Are you like lizard?
I'm in
Lizard?
my direwolf form.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
true.
Thank you. Whoa, a big wolf!
Can I just tell everyone that he's my pet? Like all the
Another
kids?
child grabs Blank's beard and like tries to climb it.
Can I help the kid up my beard?
Yeah, you help the kid up your beard and he gets onto your shoulders and is like, "Whoa, thank you, mister."
Do you want to ride my wolf?
Yeah.
I look back at him because I hear that. And I immediately shapeshift out of that back into my normal form.
You watch as they all turn and you go, "Whoa!
Thanks, Barbara, for finally joining us.
Another druid! Oh,
Never.
We've never met you before, sir."
Hi, kids. One say, never call me your pet wolf. I'll flatten you.
Okay.
And as a Soren turns him, is like, "Right now, kids, come on, go off back over to what you were doing. These folks, they're just coming through real quick." And they go, "Soren, you never let us do anything cool." And you watch as Soren's like, "Maybe you can talk to them after, all right, Michelle?" And Michelle's like, "Okay." And they all slowly get off of you all and go pace back to what they were doing, but also like kind of distantly look off over at
I
you.
throw the
just
kid the glowing rock.
You throw a glowing rock. Yeah, you watch as he catches. He's like, all of them like go around him and go, "Whoa!" And they start playing with the rock. You see, like they start playing what's essentially a game of tag where they're like chasing the one kid with the rock.
Can I just yell that I need it back after?
And they all go, "Of course, mister, thank you." And as they like continue running around.
Okay.
These aren't they don't seem to be very selfish kids. They were not like, "We are going to keep this rock for ourselves."
Yeah, no, I just wanted to make sure.
You notice as you continue to walk through the village, you see wooden carts constructed that seem to actually have weird little lifter pieces at the end that allow them to essentially lift up above strange terrain. Essentially, it's like a little piece that when you step on the other end, it lifts itself, kind of like a seesaw, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're walking along, you see there's a variety of strange-looking fruits and vegetables that are placed out in a main center where there's a bunch of trunks of trees that have been cut down, laying out for food, and you see different families eating. Likely, it seems to be just like a section of the place where people seem to eat. As you walk now upwards over the spiraled tree, you start to get a better view and see this wonderful looking village. And off in the distance, you see a tree that must be the size of a giant skyscraper. A ginormous tree that ascends and shades a huge set, almost at the epicenter of this forest. This beautiful glowing tree. However, as you look closely, anyone who wants to make a perception check for me.
Can I do an Arcana check?
Yes.
21
That's
total.
Not one, so ignore me.
You're currently bitter, staring a hole in the back of Tunis's head for the hatchet.
You rolled a
I got
16.
10.
Okay.
You rolled a 16 with your -2?
Yeah!
What?
Okay. That's really good. Anyone who rolls above a 12, you seem to notice these black, darkened veins kind of like slowly protruding up and climbing the tree. Not actively, but you see them there, and they seem to be like these pulsating, darkened veins that seem to move upward and kind of emanate just a slight edged black glow out of certain parts of the tree.
Now-
However, it's very inhibited by the humongous yellow sun-like display of the wondrous tree. It almost seems to expand the light of the sun as though it's its own sunset.
Now, I'm not like 100% clued in to how planets work here, but it is my basic understanding of most green things that when black tendrils are growing around them, that's not necessarily a good thing.
Have I seen anything like this in the forest that I grew up in?
Make a history check for me.
I'm just gonna do an Arcana check.
Yes.
Oh, my history's a +5. Oh, 15.
I got a
Oh,
20
shit.
total.
You got 20 total. Okay. Based off of what you can see from the tree, you can tell these tentacles seem to be some sort of necrotic energy. It's hard to tell exactly what the necrotic energy is doing. It could be killing the tree, it could be sucking life from it, it could be doing a lot of things.
Okay.
But you can tell that it's likely a form of necrotic energy, as it matches the color of the type of magic, and it seems to be doing something very unhealthy to the tree. It does not seem to be naturally there.
Okay.
What'd you roll for history, Borbor?
15.
15. You don't seem to recall anything like this before. The tree itself is not something you've ever perceived, but
Yeah, I don't know
the natural magic that you've dealt with in the past does seem likely, and this magic coming from this tree does not seem to be natural. It seems to be something else going on. It doesn't necessarily mean it's synthetic. It's just more like this was not by natural causes.
Yeah.
Something caused this. That was not supposed to be this way. As you walk up to the top. Oh yeah, what's up, Blank?
Random question.
Mhm.
Would I know how portals work? Like how the portals in
You have never studied magic. You
Okay.
don't have enough awareness to know how portal or dimensional magic would work. I don't believe you have any spells that also work in conjuration.
What Alex
Mayhand?
does.
Wouldn't Mayhand and
I guess that's true. You have a
Mayhand.
basic understanding of dimensions in terms of. Let me actually see real quick if
Wait.
Mage, because Mage Hand might be abjuration.
okay. Conjuration is creating something. out of
Maytan
nothing,
is
right?
conjuration.
It is conjuration. Cool. Okay, so you understand a little bit about summoning magic from extraplanar spaces. It's a little bit difficult to understand how to connect them, though. There is the veil itself, which seems to be the interconnective tissue between the different planes. But drawing power from those places and being able to step into them are very different affairs.
Okay.
It's sort of like feeling heat from the sun versus stepping onto the sun.
Okay, yeah. That
Is
makes
sort of the thing. There is magic with enough you can essentially step through the veil into another place,
Mhm.
but that's sort of like forcing open the veil itself, so this tissue between planes, and
Yeah.
stepping through it, which is a lot more magical power necessary. Yeah, so that's what I'd say you'd know.
Okay.
Mage Hand is basically the warmth of the sun, and then if you have enough energy, you can open up the portal to step to the sun.
Okay.
Now,
So Mage Hand is kind of like a pocket knife, and then
Yeah, a
portals
really
are like a chainsaw.
like a pocket knife at like a fifth, like an 17th level wizard would need to make.
Okay.
So like pretty difficult Swiss Army knife. As you guys finish approaching and stepping into this very fine wooden room, you see inside of the tree itself, various branches actually seem to be spreading out and forming what looks like a almost natural seat. It seems as though the branches seem to have contorted and shaped themselves into a seat. And you see an old woman, must be several centuries years old. You see her skin sagging, her eyes almost like losing all of their light, just slightly grayed. Her nose seems to go out long and almost you almost think there is a leaf stemming off of the edge of her long nose. Gray hair that seems to be wild and long and lays down about to her shoulders. You see she is wearing a a brown robe that looks like the texture of bark and her hands seem to have these weird leafed gloves. Oh, hello, dearie. How are you doing? And you watch it. You watch as the Soren goes to. I swallowed a thing. As Soren goes to. All right, what are you fucking typing?
Nothing.
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 Okay. As you approach the woman, she goes, right, well, these travelers here want to go to the Feywild. Perhaps you might know something about that. The Feywild. I haven't heard that in a long time. There's certainly a way I could help. However, the forces in this forest are not in sync as compared to before. There seems to be something out of order. And the portal, and you watch as she closes her eyes, and you feel this before.
I look at Tunnis, by the way.
Okay. You feel in the ground what almost feels like a warm energy flow through the floor, and then fade, and then come back, almost like a wave. It seems the portal is struggling to remain open, as are all the others in this garden.
Do you know why they're struggling?
Does it have something to do with the awful black tendrils climbing up the giant tree in the middle of the forest? I feel like these things could have a little bit of correlation.
Right. There seems to be a bit of danger. We tend not to involve ourselves, but the soul tree is dying. The tree you saw yourselves in the center of the forest. The forest is being ravaged by outside forces coming in, strangers taking what they wish, exotics. And the portals to the other worlds seem to be releasing this more chaotic energy. The garden is out of balance, and all of it sits at the roots of the soul tree. Its protector clan, the skin of the wild, has been unable to cure it. If you want to go to the Feywild, there are going to be the people you want to speak to, or not really people.
Has an elf with white hair come through here recently?
There are
Named
many elves who live in this village.
Not someone that would live here. Someone that we would have just came by.
Then I'm afraid not. We have had no visitors other than yourselves in quite some time.
Have you
At
heard
least
of?
to our village.
Have you
Okay.
heard of? What's their name?
Are you talking about Epistheolod, or are you talking about Elvandra?
Talking about,
I was talking about Alondra.
yeah, I'm talking about the person we're looking for. Aemor Portis, Conjuration, and then.
Oh, Lemore Vortis.
Oh, that's Lemore. Okay.
Yeah, Lemore and Gasp.
I
Lord
have
Higgs.
not.
Okay, so.
I have not heard of an individual of that name. Well,
It'd be of a very long time ago, hundreds, if not more.
I
would think.
don't believe I have.
Insight check.
Yeah, sure.
I rolled 2. So we can just assume that I think she's telling the truth.
She is a kooky old lady, and it's hard to read her.
Yep.
Right, well, I will say if you wish to find yourselves in the presence of the skin of the wild and put yourselves before them and ask to be guided to the portal to the Feywild, that would be your best chance. Now be warned, they are the protectors of both the sultry and this forest, and they take great care in it.
Do they happen to look like giant, terrifying lizards? Because if so, we might already have a very bad reputation with them.
No, those would be other entities that have lived in this forest for generations.
So, do you know of something with a large beast with a face of a shield with 3 horns sticking out of it?
Yes, those would happen to be one of the many species that live here.
Okay. So that's
Do they just,
normal.
particularly hate fish or something?
No, those tend to not necessarily hate fish, but they're certainly going to be territorial. Perhaps they have children if they seem to be aggressive.
Well,
Why, did you run into one?
I ran
yes.
away from one. Oh, I tried to.
They do tend to be quite bashful.
Like, literally, when
Yeah,
they bash
bashful,
their
that's
face
true,
into
they
your
totally
skull.
can.
Kind of bashful.
Oh, dearie, well, are you hurt?
No, not.
Oh, no, I'm
Not
fine.
anymore.
Right. Well, for the moment, if you want, a Soren can probably guide you as close as possible to the skin of the wild, but from there it's up to you what you do.
As
Yeah,
long as it's
jewelry
none of those
shop.
terrifying, horn-faced lizards, I'm happy to get away from here.
A jewelry shop by any chance in town?
Jewels, I'm afraid we don't have jewels here. If you mean jewels of the wild, we certainly have plenty of different herbs and various different special...
No, it'd have to be a stone. Thank you. Anyways, I
Yes.
can't do the thing I was thinking of.
Right.
Can I go actually to that?
To what?
The shop of herbs.
Oh, our herbalist.
Yes.
Right, that'll be actually a Soren can definitely show you that way. And you watch as a Soren goes, well, he'll be happy for business, whatever that means.
Time to go to the dispensary of this village.
Right, I will guide you along.
Thank you.
Come along now. And you watch as you watch along, and you see Caloran be like, "Thank you, thank you, Speaker of the Roots."
Yeah, I turn back and bow.
Well, there'll be none of that. Don't bow. That's so strange. Come
Oh
now,
my god,
son.
you're almost as old as me.
To show his respect for being kind to us.
I must say, I do feel as though, you're quite interesting, sir. How long have you been around?
Actually, no, my age, I think it's 1,000, roughly.
My, quite a long time indeed.
Have you met a Steven?
Not in particular. We happen to have one or two in the village.
Probably not born now, probably long dead by this point, I would say. Although I'm not very
There was
sure.
one boy. He was a bit bashful, and he seemed to have run through one of the portals in this land to the elemental planar of air.
Okay.
Man, that blows.
How long ago was he gone?
Must
Or
have
how
been.
long-
Must have been 600 years ago.
And did he ever come back?
No, I've never seen that man yet, for certain.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Right. Give me 1 second, just to be sure of something. Okay. It's like, why is this not working? Cool. Yeah, okay, cool. As you all walk down, you see a Soren start to tell you and go, most people here are followers of Melora, along with those who believe in the protector, Twisted Root. Y'all folk ever heard Twisted Root?
Nope.
Right. Well, Twisted Root happens to be an ancient entity back from the era of Vitfall, who watched over the Garden of Speranto against unnecessary trespassers and those who seek harm to it. Twisted Root now exists within the Soul Tree, hence why we care about it so much. The ancient tree that seemed to have remained after Twisted Root protected this land from elementals of fire. It is pertinent that we make sure it's safe, so it actually would be nice if you folk could tell us what was wrong with it if you're not able to resolve it. We don't venture out there unless we are specifically going to speak to the Skin of the Wild. They're a clan of protectors for the tree. They've been there since they were born protecting it, in fact. And as you are led along, you find a older elven man who's currently sitting inside one of the trees and seems to have a layout of various crushed herbs in wooden bowls. And you see the man turn and go, "Right, Soren, welcome home. Oh, you seem to have friends." And he watches Soren and goes, "Yes, Papa. They're here to go look over at your herbs." And he goes, "Right then, my little girl." And he grabs her head and rubs it in a little, and then kisses her on like part of the head, and she goes, "Pa!" as she like pushes him off. And he goes like, "Sorry, can't I kiss my daughter?" As she's like, "Come on, Calorum, I'm gonna go outside." And then she steps outside with Calorum as he goes like, "She's getting a little old now, so she doesn't really like being around me as much anymore. It's a bit harsh, but I get it. She's a wild child, likes to go out a lot. What can I do for y'all? I haven't seen y'all around."
So I want to know if there's potentially any herbs that could help with different situations, such as like, say you get paralyzed or...
Got anything for fun? Sorry.
Fun?
Ignore him for the current moment.
No, I'm with the wizard here. I want fun.
Right. Here, I'll look through my things and see what kind of fun specifically.
Don't know what you're doing kind of fun.
Right. Well, I can look through real quick.
I'm getting a vibe that it's just normally you that doesn't know what he's doing.
Technically,
You're picking up quick, Thomas.
I do not partake, though. These are for other people.
For other people?
I seem to recall a time where you got very drunk.
That's different. That's alcohol.
Uh-huh.
I actually do have quite something. It's called Druidic Dream.
Oh God.
What does it do?
It can make some folk pretty relaxed or happy.
Okay.
Here, and you watch as he pulls out this small little leaf, essentially coiled up, and he says, "Now you're gonna eat this whole thing, and stick it under your tongue."
My man's had it on him.
No, he pulls it. He pulls it from under his desk.
Man's
each one of
ready.
What are you offering to trade?
Oh, trade? You don't take coins?
Yeah, we don't. Oh, yeah, we don't deal in gold here.
Oh, well, I can trade you some of this seaweed fresh from the water elemental plane.
I have burlap and daggers.
He's gonna appraise it. It is what you say it is, right?
It's seaweed.
I actually don't get much of that around here. Folks might go for that. Thank you very much. And he'll trade you a pill for the seaweed.
Drugs.
Wait, how many does he have?
I have a fair amount. Folks sometimes come to me whenever we're at a celebration.
So let's say would you accept daggers or burlap?
Burlap, actually, I would find quite useful.
How many feet of burlap would
How much
you
do you
require for
add?
one? Well, how much for one?
I would say about a foot or two. I'd say about 2. Interesting.
I think he has 50
Can I say
feet.
1
3
foot?
feet of burlap per pill.
Can I bring it down to 2? Because 3 is a lot for just one little.
Make a persuasion check.
What is my persuasion? I got a 14.
Very well. I can do
Okay.
2.
Can I give them 20 feet of burlap? I have it. We bought it.
Wow. You're almost buying me out of my stock, right? Very well. I will warn you, taking a lot of this is very dangerous. Only take one at a time and make sure you're not going to be doing anything.
Okay.
I look at Evie
Thank
and I
you for
just
the
say,
help.
or Arashi, and I just say, he's your problem.
Okay, so again,
So mark down 10 druidic dream pills. Is there anything else I can get for y'all?
Potentially, do you have anything that would cure extreme poisons?
Let me see. I actually do have a few. It depends on what type of poison, however. Is it?
I'm not sure exactly what kind of poison.
Just any?
Perhaps one of any and one of something that would be a more rare.
I don't really have anything for rare, but I can offer this. And he pulls out 2 vials of this light green liquid. It seems to be almost transparent, but it has this green hue to it. Now, this is an antitoxin. This
what do you think
helps.
was the max that it would cure?
It won't cure, but it makes it you more resistant to the course of a poison. You have to offer me something at least decently valuable for this, though. It's quite.
I'll trade you a shell from the water plane.
I'm afraid that won't do it for me, sir. This took about a few weeks worth of alchemical work.
4 shells. They're a hot commodity. I only have 4.
I'm sorry, sir.
Dang it. I'm out of
Did you
possession.
accept any burlap for it?
How much burlap are you offering? I'm gonna need a lot in return for this.
Would 5 burlap help lower the price at least?
I could bring it down a little. I've had enough experience with y'all folk. It'd be about 50 gold worth of a product per item.
Per?
Yes, per antitoxin.
Do you have a general shop in town?
General shop?
No, they do not deal in coin. So it would be whatever we have.
Well, yeah, but I was wondering if that like.
I would be willing to do a potion of healing for both.
Right. Now this is quite a lot of work. Do you have anything else you can throw in?
I got 4 shells from the water plane.
And I got 5 feet
I
of
also
burlap.
I have rope as well, if that could help.
We can make a lot of rope here. That's not really a commodity as much.
We are also apparently signing ourselves up to go try and deal with whatever the heck's happening to the giant tree over in the middle of your forest. If that could afford us some sort of discount. Because it sounds like we're going to be walking off into the middle of a forest filled with spiky horn-faced dinosaurs. Who knows what,
Or
else.
lizards.
I'll tell you what.
There's a lot of things. I don't know what they are.
Right.
And I'm guessing you don't come
now?
across potions of healing often.
I will trade you for the potion of healing. I happen to be a practiced alchemist. I'm able to produce them myself in times. I would say the potion of healing, I'll give you the 2 antitoxins, and you owe me a favor to gather ingredients in the future.
Okay.
I don't know how to find you, but
If our paths cross again, you have the favor always available.
I think I find that agreement agreeable. I'm obviously saying just simply asking for ingredients. I would not ask something dangerous. Here you go. So add 2 antitoxins to your inventory. They will give you advantage against poison for an hour.
Advantage on poison for an hour.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Is there anything else that you have of interest?
Do you have anything to put someone to sleep for a while?
Interesting.
Specifically me.
Specifically you. So you would consensually take it.
Yes, of course.
Let me see. It would be another, I do. And he pulls out a red potion that seems to look very similar to that of a healing potion. However, when you drink this, it does put folk to sleep. It's at least a good starter, but it's quite hard to make. I would probably need another one of those healing potions to trade it off.
Oh, never mind then.
Right.
Okay.
Will, if that's anything else, Solon's still outside. Tell her. Well, I'll talk to her later when she gets back.
Actually, do you have any food?
Yeah,
It actually just occurred to me that I traded you all of my food. So.
Right.
I didn't plan to be here today, so I didn't bring a lot.
He watches, he pulls out. He's like, how much food would you need?
like maybe like one of each edible type of plant around here, just so I can find more, because I'm...
He like lays out multiple types of plants. He's like, I don't have all the plants around, but I have, and you see a variety of these strange looking exotic plants.
Important question about this. How far do 4 seashells from the elemental plane of water get me in this negotiation? Because that's all I have.
That's like 4 copper pieces.
Fuck.
You're muted, Blank. You're muted.
God damn it! I forgot about that. Okay, can I just grab the empty tome and use one of my magical tinkering things to copy an image of each of the things onto it?
Yeah, sure.
And then tear out the page and give it to him? Give it to Tunis. Yeah,
Okay.
Tunis, here you go.
Oh, thank you. I'll put this in one of my recently voided seaweed pockets.
Okay, make sure not to get it wet because it will be the paper will be completely destroyed.
I have really bad news for you, friend. Could you perhaps hold on to these papers as I assume I'll dry out at some point?
You son of a gun's coming as you hear a Soren outside, along with Calorum.
I just want to eat. Jeez.
What do you eat? Normally,
Well,
like
before, I would eat lots of different kinds of seaweed because it's kind of disturbing eating things that you can talk to. So, seaweed, great.
but you can talk to
Fine by
seaweed.
me. I can't.
Seaweed can't talk back to you, but you can talk to seaweed.
Fuck you, honestly. That's awful logic. At that point, I couldn't eat rocks anymore.
But that would imply you ate rocks before.
Listen, there's not a lot of edible seaweed that you can find in the elemental plane of water, okay?
And Daniel's just
Okay.
over here eating popcorn.
True.
Bro, if I had popcorn, I'd be doing the same exact thing.
I'm just, you know, I'm asked the alchemist, on a scale of 1 to 10, if I was just going to eat like a random leaf out in the middle of this forest, would I die?
You asking me?
I think
I was asking the alchemist.
Yeah.
Oh, you're asking. Okay, you are asking him.
Yeah, sorry.
I would not recommend it. The plants I've placed in front of you are generally safe. Except for this one. If you see black spots on this one, that one's dangerous. And if you see this one turns yellow, that's also dangerous. And if you see this one over is purple, that's also very, very poisonous.
You're going to die. All right.
I'm gonna start
let's
writing
go.
notes down on the tome.
And he goes to another. He's like, now, there is one that looks identical to this one. However, that one happens to actually be lethal. I've seen people instantly die from taking that one. There also seems to be...
Wait, how do you tell the difference?
Yeah, I'm a dead fish. Let's just move on.
Wait,
Just
how do you tell?
scratch that one off, Blank.
Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna like draw a line through it.
You just cross it out and write "don't" next to it.
Yeah, just write
Not worth
lethal
it.
twin.
Not worth it.
As he goes like, right, well, that's all.
Could I, you know, these 4 shadows, could I have at least, like, dinner?
Here, because you all are helping the village, I really appreciate it. We're giving folk here. You are welcome to have, and he gives you about 2 days worth of fruits.
Oh! What's a fruit?
A variety of strange purple and yellow and orange shaped circles and ovals.
And these won't instantly kill me.
No, those are perfectly safe.
Instantly.
Because I come from a place where, like, bright things, touching them generally kills me. And I'm holding these ones and I'm not dead yet, so...
Technically, these ones can kill you.
Is this in the same way that I can technically talk to seaweed? Because
Well,
enlighten me.
not
How will
necessarily.
they kill me?
Well, if they get thrown at your head hard enough. Or
Fuck
fast
you.
enough.
I start stuffing my pockets with the fruit.
Also, if you eat too many.
Honestly.
He gives you what is essentially a giant leaf that is tied, so that way you can carry the rest of it.
Oh.
I'm just gonna grab and throw it in my bag of holding if possible.
Oh.
Okay.
Where'd it go?
Make a dex check to see if you outdo Tunis and putting it away.
Okay. Okay. I didn't mean like that.
Oh, like, are you doing it?
I'm just gonna say I'll keep these for you so they don't get soaked and destroyed.
Okay.
I would appreciate that. I have
Yeah, then I throw them in my bag of holding with all my other weapons.
Okay. So as you do that, you see a Soren walk in and go, are y'all ready to go?
Yes.
I have food. Yes.
Yes.
Right. See you later, Sildor. My name is Dad. I am your dad. As you walk out.
See you later, Dad.
It was very nice to meet you all. Does not go over his head. As you guys walk over into the forest, you start shifting through the trees, moving down. You actually have to jump over a riverbank. But with the assistance of a Soren, you guys are able to carefully weave. I would like everyone just to make a quick survival check.
Oh, I'm really good at those. Don't you worry, everybody.
I'm really happy I have a +5 to survival right now because I rolled a 3.
I rolled a 6.
We're fucked.
I rolled a 18.
I thought you were gonna say 7.
Wait, Daniel, can I be doing the string and dagger thing while we're walking?
What is the string and dagger thing again?
I cut a piece of rope off by 300 feet of rope, tie it to my shirt, and then add daggers to it on the other end.
What?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
The
I got
danger.
Keep in mind you only have so many daggers, though.
I have 9 daggers.
Yeah.
They'll be okay. Oh, wait, no, I picked up... No, never mind. I
So
didn't.
you're gonna eventually run out of daggers.
You are going to trip and kill yourself off the road. You're worried of me and my fruits, and you're stringing daggers to a stick as we walk.
Actually, Tunis has a point.
Those things kill you real good.
I'm gonna start putting the daggers in a bag of burlap and tying the bag of burlap around the shirt.
This makes even less sense.
Okay.
Does he ever make sense?
You learn to just ignore him.
Okay, so wait.
I feel like ignoring him is a hazard.
Are you making a ball of daggers? Or what are you making?
He's making a pipe bomb.
No. It's a dagger bomb.
You're not very far off, honestly.
Fuck.
God.
Except they're 9 separate balls, and the daggers are supposed to shoot through the burlap because the burlap won't harm. When they're inside the burlap, they won't harm anyone. But as soon as
how are you igniting this, though?
I'm using catapult on the dagger itself.
Oh, okay.
Motherfucker.
What the fuck, man?
Okay.
Blake just has a fucking fully loaded clip.
I'm gonna look up catapult and see how.
See if that's actually possible.
Well, just what are the limits of this?
Okay, that's fair. I'm pretty sure I should be allowed to do. I should be able to do this, but I'm not.
So the thing is that it can only do one object at a time.
Like, you mean
Yeah,
it can
so
only
it's
shoot one
dagger
object
at a time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one object at a time.
Yeah, so I shoot one dagger at a time.
But everything else is true.
That's why I said that it's not one, it's multiple.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is that the only one. How do I put this? You can't shoot 9 daggers at once.
No, I know that.
You can shoot one at once.
I can shoot one per turn. Yeah.
Okay.
I understand that.
That's fine. Okay. I'm like, you're not gonna have a bomb. You can just.
It's a pipe bomb.
What I will say. No, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Because we all die horribly in the forest because none of us rolled above a 6.
Yeah, you all get killed by Blank's bomb.
What do you mean? I rolled an 18.
Blank is gonna like light a match and then throw it into a bag full of like black powder and chuck it. And
Wait, actually.
That's for you to think about. That's for you to think about later. So as you guys are walking along, all of you are tripping and falling. Except for Soren and Arashi, who actually Arashi seems to be keeping pace with the Soren throughout the trees. At which point Soren slows her pace and starts to guide you more carefully. At one point you watch as Alex falls face first into the mud. And Soren comes out, shh, be careful, and guides him up, and he prestidigitations off the mud and continues walking forward. As you guys are walking along, you find yourselves up into a clearing where you then see the giant tree along with these various other trees surrounding it. These ginormous, must be 30-foot tall trees.
And there isn't any black vines surrounding the tree?
You do see black vines currently pulsating and climbing up the tree like earlier before. However, you see that the clearing seems to be like the earth is almost formed in this weird spiral manner, as though parts of the ground are all like shifted and twisted towards the center where the tree is. At which point you see a Soren go, this is as far as I can go. If you proceed...
Oh, that's cursed. That's so cursed. Literally cursed.
Worst thing to
Right.
say to ever.
The skin of the wild is up ahead. You can go talk to them.
I thank you a lot for taking us this far.
Right. Well, don't get yourselves killed.
I appreciate the fact that you only laughed a little when we all face planted into the mud.
Right. Come on, Calorum, as he watches by and he says goodbye to Alex and walks away from you all.
Wait, before we left, can I just note that I got the rock back and turned it off? Is that okay?
Sure, we'll say that happened. That's fine.
Okay.
So you guys are
Alex is the one approachable member of our party.
Space. And you see a bunch of trees surrounding, like, it's almost as though single trees too. You see 6 single trees surrounding the big, giant 300-foot tall tree.
Some tree with some tree.
Well, I feel like it's quite obvious where we need to go.
No,
I don't
man,
like
maybe
how
we
you're
should
looking
this
up.
way. Oh, point away.
They said the roots. Maybe you should be looking down at the roots. I don't want to go up there.
Well, we'll see when we get closer to the tree, won't we?
I think we can see the tree fine.
I start walking towards the tree.
You know, I thought there was this whole thing where we were supposed to like politely ask if we could come in or not, but I guess if we're just going to brazenly walk towards the tree and see what
I'm
happens.
walking towards the tree. I'm not going into the tree. I'm getting a closer look at the tree.
I'm gonna let him go first. I'm just gonna stand here when he dies.
Maybe don't enter the circle because entering circles can mean bad things.
I'm not paying attention to that. I don't know that shit.
Like, level 1 of learning your Fae is never walk into a weird circle. Y'all want to go to the Feywild? You haven't done level 1 of learning your Fae?
Wait, how do you know that? You're a fish.
That doesn't mean I didn't go to school, you uncultured bigot.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Damn.
All right, Tunis, do you want to lead then?
No, I clearly said we're supposed to ask nicely before we go into the fucking circle.
Okay, then let's ask.
I don't think anybody should be leading into the circle.
What turn is here?
Sorry?
You know what? I'm gonna trust the two people with magic that was not from the forest.
Hey, I'm letting you guys decide what the fuck you're doing.
So we're just waiting
Like,
here.
I don't know what the name of the people who were supposed to meet it was. But
It was
I spaced
something-
out entirely. I'm actually okay with the
Wait, what-
towards
wait,
the
what are
tree
we
plan
forgetting?
because I forgot.
I also forgot.
What did you forget?
The name of the people.
We're looking for
Wait, there's-
It's like the Guardians of the Thing or something. But
Well,
like,
the
yeah,
skin of the-
poultry skin something or something like that.
It involves skin.
Skin of the wild.
Skin of the-
Wait. Yes, that's what I think so.
yeah, you know.
You know what, Blank? You do this one. You got it.
Can we just like
You want to
push
trust
him?
a 1,000-year-old owl?
Can I push him towards whatever the fuck we're avoiding?
Who are you pushing?
Who?
Yeah,
Blink.
you start pushing towards the.
I'm pushing Blink
Sure, you
towards
start
the fucking
pushing
tree.
Yeah. Okay.
Can I ask you what the
Ton
heck
of
you
snout,
think
by the
he's
way.
doing?
Away.
You push him. He steps into the circle, and nothing happens.
Dies immediately.
Wait, so there's black roots somewhere?
There's black roots coming from the roots of the giant 300-foot tree, but not where you're currently standing.
Can I go yell? Can I yell at Alex?
Yeah,
Come study these roots because they're necrotic.
we have to get closer.
Have him run into the roots.
I'm in the middle of the circle. If nothing bad's
Oh,
happened
you're
yet,
starting to
nothing
reach-
bad's
okay.
gonna happen.
So it's a big space. It's not like a small space.
You like
It's
just
like imagine a giant opening, and then there's just ground, and then ahead of you is like the 6 trees surrounding the giant tree.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so we haven't reached the actual circle yet.
No, you haven't reached the actual center yet.
I thought we reached.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought we were at the actual circle.
Oh, well, let's walk
Yeah.
up there.
You walk.
Well,
Okay,
I
you walk
have to
up-
assume that those 6 different
As you
trees
approach-
that are conveniently located. Okay.
Wait, how
As
many
you
different
approach-
types of magic are there again?
There's 8. Well,
Okay.
as you, I mean, I guess there's more, but that's So as you guys approach these trees and start to step forward towards the giant 300-foot tree, you can now see the veins seem to coil into the entry of this tree, as though through the bark itself, you can see multiple sections seem to have these weird veins coiling out and spreading as though it's from inside the tree. The same way that you see a bud spread roots that seem to come from inside of it, as though like a bud from a flower splits and then releases its
So it's like there's a bud inside of the tree that's now.
something is inside of the tree and is seeming to be spreading veins out.
Ah.
Back
As
to me not being an expert in horticulture, but I think there's a literal seed of evil in this tree.
as you guys approach the tree, you guys watch as all 6 trees around you start to move. And you see one of the roots step out of the ground and the other one steps out of the ground. And you see all of them start moving and converging towards you as one of them.
Fuck me.
Hello. We are the guardians of the soul tree.
Let me guess. You speak for this little tree too?
What?
That's presumptuous.
I actually didn't hear what you said. What did you say?
Oh, let me guess. You also speak for the trees?
Yes. We are trees. I
True.
speak for, and he raises his like bark hand. 8 trees. We
Wait.
protect the forest.
Wait, I'm sorry. You said 8 trees?
Yes.
Where's the 8th tree? Wait, I thought you said there were 7 trees. In
There
total.
are. He's just, but you don't know where he's just pointing. You watch as all the other trees surrounding you go, oh, well, they look nice. I don't like them. I mean, it's fine. I think they're funny. Can we just give them, let's just give them, that'll seem just fine. And you watch as the main tree in the center goes, who seems to be the tallest of them all? Why have you come? I am Junar, the leader of the Skin of the Wild.
I am Vorbor, and these are my companions, and we are trying to reach the Feywild.
Ah, the land of the Fey. Why, the portal just lies yonder. However, to use it, you will have to prove yourselves to us.
What does that entail?
Something dark has taken root in the soul tree. We have been unable to enter and cannot divert this negative energy from the tree. If we do not do something soon, the forest may no longer be protected by the will of the soul tree. However, you must earn our trust in order to enter the soul tree or go near it. Therefore, you will undertake the trial of the wilds if you wish to stop the soul tree from its decay.
Okay, what is this trial of the wilds?
I shall give you 5 shifts of the sun, or as you humanoids like to say, 10 minutes, to bring 4 parts of the forest undamaged and pristine to us. Each of these items can be found by solving what I tell you and locating the object within the surrounding area, and he raises his tree arm to the wide open space.
God, I can't wait to make continuous.
You may not read the circle, and you see like the clearing essentially. So basically, there's a ring around you of all the remaining forest, and then there's just ground, and then there's the 7 trees in the main one.
So is everything you're saying going to be within this clearing?
Yes. You cannot harm any creature while going through this trial, and you cannot damage the objects that you are retrieving.
I actually like this trial. It means I'm not going to get punched in the face as I look at blank.
Don't
I wouldn't
tempt
be so hasty on
You
that.
blinded her.
Are you brave enough to undertake the trial of the wilds?
Well, we kind of have no choice.
I mean, I guess.
How the thing started? How did the Seed of Darkness get in there? If I may?
They started growing naturally many days ago.
So you're saying even if we
It's
removed
just
it...
been days and it's that bad?
We do not understand the ailment. We have tried. But
Also, I need to backtrack. We get 5 days to look for things in this clearing.
No, we get 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Oh, 10 minutes. Oh, God.
yeah, he said 5 shifts of the sun. He's trying to basically tell you like movement of the sun.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I would like to ask a quick question.
You
Has
may
there been
get only one.
Can we have 2? Oh, I just used it.
No. Very well.
Oh, fuck.
Let the trial begin.
I'm so mad.
1,000 colored folds stretches toward the sky, atop a tender strand, rising from the land, till killed by maiden's hand, perhaps a token of love, perhaps to say goodbye.
Sounds like a rose.
Can we get a copy of that by any chance?
Yes, I'll copy it for you.
I
So
was
that's the first one?
Wait, how
This
many
is
are there?
the-
3?
There are 4.
Four.
Four
A
poems?
1,000 colored fold stretches towards the sky. Atop a tender strand rising from the land, till killed by a maiden's hand. Perhaps a token of love, perhaps to say goodbye.
Yeah, I think.
No, you got to bang on.
Yeah,
Wait, me?
yeah, bang on.
Oh, sick.
He's just standing there, along with
Okay.
the other trees.
Perception check for any
Yes.
roses.
Yes, make a perception check for me.
20 total.
You see in the distance a wooden stump, a single wooden stump, with a beautiful daisy actually growing out of it. And it's the only flower in sight that you can see within the ring.
I can only see a daisy. I cannot see any roses.
I mean,
but that
that's-
is the only flower.
I mean, at that point, it's pretty much the same thing. I'm
It
more
has to
thinking
be a
of
flower of some kind.
yeah, like I was thinking of like, does she love me? Does she love me not? Type of thing. You know?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Are you sunflowers? No.
I go run to get the daisy, I guess.
We can't harm it.
I'm
We can't
aware.
harm it. And according to
Wait.
Blank, plants are fucking sentient.
Wait, but like they're alive, aren't they? So plucking them would be technically harming it,
Yeah.
because then it's killing it.
So how do we get?
Wait. Sorry, give me a sec.
Can't we just point at it and hope it's the right thing?
Can I?
No, because we have to bring it back
Then it wouldn't be a
to the
plant
spot.
unless they don't consider plucking a flower out of the floor harming it.
Unless you can.
He
move
did
it-
say harming a creature.
No, and we also cannot harm any of the objects.
Oh, I missed that part.
Or damage it.
Well,
I was
Or
busy
damage it.
thinking of the best way to waste our one question, apparently.
did he
Yeah.
say we have to bring it to him, or did he just say that we have to show him it?
What I'm
I
gathering
point
from
to
this
the
is that we
daisy.
don't tend to like listen, apparently.
Can we just try pointing at the daisy and see?
Yeah, it's fine. You're pointing at it.
Okay.
I can
Anything?
feel the hourglass in front of Daniel ticking down as we only have 10 real minutes to get this done.
Yeah. No. Okay. I turn to Alex and I say, "Is there anything that potentially we could do to move the?"
Would we like to
Stump.
look at the stump and see if perhaps there's dirt on it or something, or
Yes.
how it's growing? As you approach the stump, you notice the stump is moving slightly.
Are you dead yet, Bobo?
Wait, it's on a stump,
Not
right?
yet. It's on a stump, and the stump is moving.
Wait, the stump is.
Oh, it sounds like we just asked for the stuff because that's how Blank says do everything. I'm gonna walk over
As
to the
you
stump.
look closer, you notice the stump seems to be sleeping.
Oh, wait. 1,000 colored poles stretch towards the sky. That means the stump, right?
Yes.
The top of tender strand.
A thousand colors. A daisy's only one color. This is a trick. There's another thing in this
1,000
clearing
colored
somewhere.
poles is the stump, is it not? Because it's full. It says till killed by a maiden's hand.
I'm
Yeah,
going
which is
to gently knock upon the stump.
Atop a tender strand, right?
Say,
on the
"Excuse me."
And
Oh,
the stump jumps out of the ground and has 2 legs, and you see like yellow eyes pierce out of it. It goes, "Woo!"
excuse me.
as it clonks you on the head.
Fuck me.
Try and grab it.
What's your AC?
Low.
Like how low?
Bad. Let me double check. It's 12.
Cool. I got a 12 to hit, so that works.
Fuck.
So you take.
Oh, wait, let's take. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you get clonked on the head, man.
I said I was gonna make it through this without getting punched in the face, and then
You
immediately.
did. You literally did.
Nothing bad can happen to me ever. My name is...
Everything bad has happened to me ever in the past day.
Is there a way for us to magically pick this thing up?
Okay, wait. Lorbo. Do you atop a tender strand
It's
rising from
moving.
the land? That means the daisy, right?
It could be the daisy, or it could be. It has to be the daisy. It has
It
to.
has
All right,
to be the
everybody,
daisy, right?
we have
And
5
it says
minutes to
the
solve the
next
other
line
3
is-
riddles.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm saying it has to be daisy, and we have to.
I
Go.
am pausing the time for it's taking me to get the dice out. I'm not.
It
I was
says
joking with the
until
actual
killed
timer.
by maiden's hand.
Oh no, there is
We're
a
fine.
timer.
So
Um,
the riddle itself says that we must
You
kill it
take
using a
8
maiden's hand.
points of bludgeoning damage as you get clonked on the head, and it goes back into the hole and goes back to and starts going back to sleep. As it goes,
Can I stab it?
Excuse me. No! Fuck you!
Yes, please. Try it.
No, wait, I
Yes, sir,
forgot
we
that I
actually
can't
can't
harm
we cannot
it.
stab it.
Wait, I
Wait,
forgot. Wait, I
like,
forgot.
stab through the center or, like, cut it-
forgot.
We cannot harm or
Cannot
anything.
harm it.
We,
It
we
Can I
literally.
threaten it?
The thing says until killed by maiden's hand.
which is referring to a flower.
Can I?
Excuse
But
me.
each line
you
of it
cannot-
refers to where it is.
Can I
Hey,
threaten it
can we
to get out
just
the
gently
fucking
ask?
ground?
you just start yelling at it.
Yes.
I'm gonna get clonked again if you do this.
It's just like sleeping there. It doesn't
I
seem
am
to be
annoyed. Is this the
listening.
only question?
No, you have like 3
Well, we
more.
have to get the other ones.
Oh, well,
Arashi, can
okay.
you just try grabbing it?
Why me? I'm not
The
the
daisy's still
strongest.
sitting atop its head.
Just try.
Can I pick it up? Or
You
pull
pick
it out
up
of
the
the ground?
daisy?
No, not the daisy. Can I?
Yeah,
Oh,
sure.
we want you to pick up the daisy.
No, the daisy.
As
Okay,
you
I'll pick up.
grab
No,
it
I pick up the
again-
daisy. I pick up. I just plug it.
You
I
pick up
guess.
the daisy. As you tug on the daisy, you pull it carefully out and pull it free.
All right, let's
Okay.
go back and pray.
Cool
I'm going
beans.
to go kill
Next.
myself.
Next.
And you watch as the tree turns to you all and goes, "Tread on the living, they make not a mumble. Tread on the dead, they mutter and grumble."
Tread on the living, they make no mumble.
Leave. It's
Leaves.
leaves, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look in the area, the only leaves are on the tree ants.
Not leaves.
No,
Um,
grass wouldn't work.
No, grass.
Sorry,
is
what was
alive.
it? Was it crumb? Oh, okay, thank you.
Tread on the. So it has to be a living creature. It doesn't make a sound.
Is there any other plants in the area besides, like, I guess the grass, the daisy, and the ants?
Mhm.
Make a perception check.
18.
No living plants other than that daisy,
What about dead?
besides the tree ants themselves.
Is there?
The giant, the obvious giant tree. But surprisingly, no leaves have fallen from this tree either.
Is there any branches like on the ground?
No. There is one that is stuck in the ground. You can see.
Stuck in the ground?
Question is, what would
What
you
else
step
is in
on
this
that is
clearing?
alive that won't do anything? But if it's dead, it would do something.
What else is in this clearing? Like, we have the stomp that clocked me. The stick.
That's
that we
literally
did.
it. Otherwise, it is just dirt that you
Wait,
can see.
so
Fuck.
is there anything on the stick?
No.
And the stick's just in the ground?
Yeah.
Can I try digging around the stick to see how deep it goes?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, do it.
You start digging through and looking through, and you seem to see the sticks about a solid, like, maybe 5 inches into the ground.
Okay, I grab it.
As you pull on it, you feel it start to crack a little, as though you're about to, like...
Ooh,
pull-
I stop.
Tear it.
Can we make it fall to the ground? Like, I slowly try to push it down, and if it starts trying to break, I stop immediately.
You feel it start to break immediately.
Okay, so it's
Okay, then I stop.
5 inches in the ground. Can we dig it up?
You can try digging around it, but you start to lose time as you start doing that.
Okay.
I
I
walk
didn't actually
off
start yet. That was my question.
I'll give you a hint. You guys had the right answer the first time, and they did not say you couldn't. If you were able to get away with plucking the flower from a living entity, you can probably get away from plucking a leaf from a living entity.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we go to the ants then.
Yeah.
They are just currently standing still.
We pluck a leaf? Or I pluck a leaf?
Excuse me, could we borrow a leaf from one of you?
If I don't get an answer, I'm just plucking a leaf.
Okay.
Any volunteers?
So you notice, so they are 30 feet tall, so you have to climb them in order to reach them.
I'm giving Arashi a boost.
Nope, I'm just gonna send my familiar up there to grab a leaf.
Oh,
Yeah.
What does your familiar look
you
like?
have a what?
I have a sprite. I've had them
What?
invisible this entire time because I don't want you all to know that I have a sprite.
Do they
That's
show?
what we
Why
Yeah,
did you
I was
admit
like,
I
you
could have
made it
easily
to grab a
ran up that tree?
Wait, I thought we knew you had a sprite. You tried to
No,
use
we
it
didn't
under
know.
your...
No, we had
It
no
was
clue.
invisible, you couldn't see it.
Did you reveal
I
your
used
sprite?
Mage Hand to grab a leaf.
Okay, you send Mage Hand up and you pluck a leaf, and as you do, they all turn and go, "What do you call a stick that won't do anything you want?"
Suck.
Stick in the mud.
And you guys remember the only stick in the area.
Yeah, we go back over to the stick.
You walk back over to the stick, and Alex is like, "Well, how do we make sure it doesn't break itself?"
Could we use Mage Hand potentially at the bottom of it to gently?
Is there a bottom?
Rock
Did
it
we
out?
find the bottom? I thought we tried
I
that.
don't know.
Are we just trying to pull the stick out of the ground? What?
I think so.
Well, the other riddles had the answer on how to get it out in it. So maybe try walking on it.
That might snap it.
Yeah,
That sounds like a high stakes way to test what we're doing here.
that is a last.
That's the
Moment.
last resort, but
Can we get the riddle in the?
Oh yeah.
Thank you. Is it?
by the way, I tried doing the mage hand thing.
You are able to dislodge it from the ground.
What
And
do we
you
want
all
this
go
thing
and
to
say,
do?
and you see them all go and say, "This is something with a bark, but it doesn't have a bite. With a lot of sun and rain, it can grow to a great height."
So it's a sapling or a tree.
That's probably the stump, wouldn't it be?
Yeah. Well, no, the stump is dead, isn't it? Because it's
I-
the
Well, I
stump.
mean, it's alive. It's walking around.
And it
Is
doesn't
there
have a
any-
bite, but it does have quite a left hook.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
making
that
a
would count as
perception
a
check to see if there's any sorts of trees within
Yeah, make a
the inner
perception check.
circle.
Well, I can see
I
one.
rolled a natural 1.
You currently only see the tree.
Coincidentally, the number of trees that you can see.
I think it
Oh,
could be the
Can
actual tree.
It has to be tree bark, I think.
wait. So say
Or no.
say the riddle again, or type
It
it
has
out.
to be.
Yeah, I can say the riddle.
Wait, are there acorns on the ground?
This is something with a bark, but it doesn't have a bite. With a lot of sun and rain, it can grow to a great height.
Yeah. Are
Is
there
there any
acorns or
acorns on
seeds
the
around?
ground?
There are not. You do not seem to find any.
Damn. That was my only idea. I'm not very smart.
What
Yeah,
kind
I
of-
know.
so does the answer of this riddle happen to be any of you? Or this giant tree in the middle of this clearing?
You only
Or-
had one question.
You can't move the tree,
Ah,
though.
balls!
What's up? The clock's getting pretty low.
I guess we could have used that question to get a hint on a riddle, couldn't we?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been really
I
cool.
Don't think There's much else to say except for the stump.
Is there... This is desperate. Can I take a look around the clearing to see if I see any, like, small saplings? Or...
Yeah, can I also take a look around the
I'm
clearing?
going to tell you right now, you only see the 7 trees and the stump.
Wait,
Can I
wait.
grab the tree? One of the tree ends?
As you touch one of the trees, they go, "Congratulations, you approved
This is
yourself."
stupid.
There we go.
I hate this game.
I wanted to go for this.
You guys
Oh,
have.
Jesus Christ! For stream, that's 8 seconds on the clock, by the
8
way. That's when we
seconds.
finish.
You had 8 seconds to
Yeah.
realize
I was
you should
about to
touch
say
on
I'm going to try to walk in between the trees and go touch the soul tree.
Yeah, you didn't even get there as they go like, "Very well, you have passed our riddle and we find that you are truly worthy. You took great care in ensuring that nature was not harmed."
Yeah, fucking that daisy.
And you see one of the other trees go up, like crouch down in front of Evie and go, "Hey, are you sassing them?"
No.
You don't gotta flab your lips like that, putting your hand, ugh. Not to be so rude, kitty cat. And you watch as Jannar goes, "Very well. You now, as a protector of the forest, are welcome to approach the tree."
Is there a possibility I can ask you a question now?
What is the question, my
You're
friend?
not the only one.
Was there ever another person, another elf, that came through with silver hair?
None have approached this tree in many a day.
Okay.
How about long ago? Was Lenore... Have you heard of a Lemore Portis? Or Gasp?
I'm afraid I have not met 2 individuals of that.
Okay.
Okay, I go.
Oh, we're just gonna walk into this creepy evil tree and see what's evil inside of it and be like, "Oh," and then we're gonna die, right? This is the plan.
You
Alex,
nailed it. Congratulations, Thomas. Welcome to the team.
can I just,
I figured that's how most of your plans went.
What was that, Blank?
these things are... These veins or blackness are necrotic, so I'm hoping maybe you could have some... Maybe have a look at it?
Could actually sort out what might be going on there. As he starts to approach the tree, you notice the front of the tree where the veins are opens, and you see a barked pathway lead you into what looks like an interior. And as you guys step towards it, we end the session there.
Just before we all die.
I refuse.
The next session is just smash cut to all of us.
Arashi doesn't love anything. Arashi doesn't love women. Arashi doesn't love children. Arashi doesn't fucking love anything.
Are you just gonna keep trying to get Arashi to like something, huh?
That's wrong. She loves cats.
I want to see Arashi have another emotion other than being the edgy 13-year-old.
You be nice to Arashi. She's trying her best.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Her best sucks.
That's not nice.
I think Arashi is doing the opposite of trying her best.
Hey, she helps with the riddles, sorta.
She did help with the riddles. I will
For
appreciate.
threatening to stab the first creature that inconvenienced her.
I'm not gonna lie. If
That's
you
his
did,
character.
I'm not gonna lie. That fucking thing, if you tried to pull it out of the ground, was gonna clonk you in the face. So.
Fair. Understood. Whatever the fuck
And if
that
you
thing
had
was.
stabbed it, you would have ruined. If you fucked up the trial, what would have happened is they would not allow you to pass, and therefore you would have to fight them or do something else to get
That
to the
sounds
portal.
pretty fun. I should have
Yeah, we
done
have to-
that. I should have done that.
God damn it, we should have waited.
I'm not gonna lie.
Fighting
I don't
6
think you
ants.
guys would be able to win a fight against 6 tree ants and
No.
Well, the easy answer is fireball and oil.
Do we have oil?
The other answer is run away.
No. I mean, hey, I'll let you guys make your own mistakes. That's fine.
Damn, that's a
I
fun
mean,
one.
Yes, let's run away into the magical forest that all of them are connected to. That's a great idea.
Yes, it is.
I think that is a great idea, honestly.
There
This
was
is how I know
no
that
scenario
I'm
we
gonna
live in.
throw an actual threat at you guys, and you're not gonna be able to. You're gonna fight Elvandra, and she's gonna fucking kill you in one round or some shit.
She would have.
No, it'll be 2 rounds because I can counterspell for 1.
That's under your presumption that she only casts one spell at a time.
That's fucking horrifying. Thank you. That's what we need. Dual cast disintegrate.
Okay, well, it's not like that, but
Dual power word.
No,
kill.
first you can do incinerate, then power.
just cast power word kill 13 times on all of you. What would the
You'd only
point
have to do it like
of a
6
campaign
times.
be? What would the point of a campaign be if I had a character that could just do that? What the fuck?
Chaotic.
Counter spells?
It's a
Chaos.
survival horror game.
Hey guys, welcome to the session. All right. Do any of you have 100 hit points? No. Okay, you're all dead. Game over.
Well, damn.
Congratulations. None of your spiritual or cultural journeys matter.
Oh no, I could have 100 hit points.
I would like to say
Technically
that I
true.
would probably never have 100 hit points.
Yeah, I'm under there too.
I mean, you're only at level 8.
Fair.
I could have 100 hit points currently. If
How
I
many hit points do you currently have?
shade. I have 77.
Holy.
Just you guys, in general.
I have 41.
Alright, I think I'm more than you
74.
somehow.
Man, how roll do you fucking roll for those hit points? You're at level 8 and you roll a d8. Hold on.
Wait,
Mike rolls a d6.
Wait, who, me?
Or sorry, yeah,
Yeah.
you're right, a rogue. So I guess that makes sense. You have no con, so you are just like a
Yeah.
gangly little
I'm
cat.
just,
You look like a starving cat.
I'm trying, okay? Arashi's trying. Let her do her thing.
You say Arashi's trying, but what is Arashi trying at? That's what I'm trying to understand. Arashi
Yeah.
doesn't love anybody, does not, except for money. I guess, does Arashi want to fuck money? Is that like what?
Arashi may or may not be asexual. We don't know.
Oh, that works too. I'm not even talking about sexuality though. I'm just talking about cares about something. I don't know. I don't
She
think
could
everyone
have
can
some.
be.
If she could just be really good at hiding her emotions.
Oh, maybe someone should do something about that. Come on, guys, have emotional conversations. I can't do all the legwork.
I'm
Somebody
I'm
make
so
You know, I'd love to, but everybody in the party hates me right now, so.
I know.
hate you now anymore.
True.
No,
Hate
I mean, hey,
It's
I can
more
make you
fun
guys-
hating someone than loving someone.
I can. Oh, sorry.
You looked at her on my screen.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, me too.
I can make you guys cry, but only so much. I have only so many traumas I can put on you guys before somebody goes, okay, isn't this a bit gratuitous, Daniel?
Personally, Evie would cry to almost everything. Just saying, I will sit here and bawl my eyes out. But Arashi, stone face, just saying.
I mean, I do think it is funny because I literally put Arashi in front of one of their greatest traumas. I shoved you in a cage that you couldn't get out of.
I was scarred by that, okay?
That's what Dimension Door is for.
Yeah, if only Arashi had that instead of Arashi steals good.
I mean, she should have been able to lockpick it up.
Wait,
I
wasn't
mean,
in
that's
that
Lockpick and
during that
dagger in
time
your hand?
wasn't Arashi like 8 in that cage or something? Like that was like she was aged down, right?
Yeah, you were literally a baby cat stuck in a cage. You were like,
Damn,
Just-
why
No, this.
I gotta bring that up? I'm depressed now. Poor Arashi.
yeah, it could be worse. You could have had Vorbors where you got dragged in the ground by your dad and told you that you failed him. Or you could have had Jays where where your mother, who's dead in your mourning, tells you that.
Dad never said that I failed him.
want to pull up the dialogue.
Did you elements of your
Did you
backstory
just
you don't
tell me
know
something
yet.
that I didn't know?
Damn, that's offensive.
Can't.
Wait.
Tell me I did something I didn't know?
Rewriting your backstory as you speak.
Wait, what did you do? What?
As far as I know, I just remember, so my actual dad, I just remember seeing him and my mom as there's like flames around, and I then in a forest is the next thing I remember.
Let me... Oh no, I'm talking about the dream. The weird illusion that you had when you went to see Alundi.
Oh,
The
I
mist. Yeah.
forgot that existed.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was fun.
Like the one where Blank walked around and he was surrounded by other hollow forms of himself.
Yes.
I might
I
have to
think
like,
that
go
makes
back
more
and watch
sense
that one.
somewhat.
And then also saw two allies who he doesn't know.
Okay, so
One of
was
them
it
was named
real or
Steve.
was it my actual dad?
It was your adopted father.
So it was Will. Okay.
You had like terror. You had like awful images. You had your family being dead. You were angry about it. You got pulled into the ground by William, asking
Right, because
why
he was
you,
dead.
Sorry, he didn't tell you failed him. He asked you why you buried him.
Yeah.
And then you had Alex, who was horribly wounded, asking you why you didn't come to help him.
Yeah.
So, you know.
No, okay, no, that's all illusions.
Is it
That's all
though?
illusions, man.
Yeah. Couldn't have.
I mean,
couldn't
technically,
possibly-
I had a memory there.
None of this could happen
Well-
in the future.
I'm assuming it was a memory.
Something.
It was just an illusion for me, man.
You actually didn't. I mean, you wouldn't know if it was just an illusion or if it was an actual memory or like
Yeah.
a edit
Yeah.
of a memory or,
Or
anything.
something else. You don't know where the fears came from, too. So
That's true.
Jay's were fun too, because that was literally him fucking waking up in like the worst thing that happened to him, drowning, and then finding all of his former crewmates dead, and then his mother dead.
And then fighting with himself for the next like 12 days because he ran away.
Yeah,
Fuck that. Jay hated that illusion.
and then Arashi was like stuck in a hallway where she could not escape the people that were chasing her. I was trying so hard to find shit that would make Arashi scared, so I loved that I wrote, is the reason you left because you wanted to be on your own, or was that just an excuse?
I did love that though. That was nice.
Perhaps the truth is that you were never worthy of love like this.
That's depressing.
Yeah, it was like a really the whole thing is really sad now that I'm reading it, where it's like that fear consumes you, doesn't it? Why don't you join all those lovely souls so you may not feel so alone? And you get dragged by your fucking family into the
Fuck me! I forgot about this, please.
because I want your character to be informed by feelings.
Arashi doesn't want to feel. Feelings are stupid. They hold you back.
Cannot wait for when your
Feelings can hold you back from stabbing a stump. You
Your
heard it here first.
your shit's gonna come up to yeah, man. You're just fucking dead. Secretly, all Arashi just really needs therapy. And
Maybe
Blink really,
it's totally not a
Blink
mirror of my
really-
real self.
I need
Wait.
old care home, okay?
yeah, Blink really needs to be sent into a home that can like help him deal with his fucking amnesia.
Well, yeah.
See, the thing is,
I was
though,
gonna say Alzheimer.
my thing with my adopted father doesn't make sense to me because of the whole blood hunter thing. Because I had an actual conversation with him afterwards.
Yeah, no, that was to your understanding one of the protections of the tower that you walked through.
Mm-hmm.
what the tower summoned was what was likely one of your greatest fears.
Yeah, losing Alex, that Alex one, that fucked me up, dude. That one fucked me up.
It almost came true a few times too.
Huh?
Almost came true a few times too.
Why didn't you
Yeah.
help me?
Listen.
You promised you'd protect me. I died all alone with no one to save me.
No, that fucked me up, dude.
I was cold and I suffered. You
Shut the
failed
fuck
me.
up.
Let me
Shut
suffer.
your damn mouth. I will server mute you.
Bitch, I'm God. I can do that to you.
That's fine.
I'll stop. Sorry. I was pulling this up.
Just wait until I hit 5th level. I can make one of you have one of those dreams every night.
Oh my God. Yeah, I can't
Like,
wait.
I already have terrible dreams. I
I'm not
don't need any
going
more.
to make all of you
I can
bitches.
make them worse.
Do you want me to
Yeah.
actually murder you?
You wouldn't know it was me. That's the best part of this spell. It's great.
Oh, you're talking about Dream.
I am talking with dreams.
You know, hey, Vorbor's already had enough nightmares. What's some more?
That's true.
Terrified for the next one.
Can't wait for Tunnus to start getting nightmares.
Yep, I know. They're coming.
Wait, did you pick the same thing as me?
Nope. I'm just a warlock who's running from his patron.
Oh.
The way I wrote it is my patron looked at me and it broke my mind. So
Wait,
I
why
can't wait to
does-
see what an actual dream does.
Why does Tunnus have a level in rogue? That's my question.
Because originally he was being trained to be part of the military where he was living as a scout.
Oh, cute.
But then, him and his brother got frisky, fucked up real bad, coma time, yada yada yada.
Yeah. So I have wonderful plans for you all, especially when you get into the Feywild, because I want to bring in more of also. I feel as though I haven't brought enough up for Blank and Evie's background and so on. So hopefully I can shine some light on all of y'all.
Not me being completely and utterly terrified of what you have in mind.
No, don't worry.
No, I'm
honestly
fucking
really just
scared.
curious about the wild magic.
Dude, I honestly, the more I think about this shit with Blank, I'm so excited for when you find out what the fuck was going on there. There's a bit of stuff going
You
on.
mean when his eyes went fully rainbow randomly?
Oh yeah, when he saw through dimensions.
Yeah, I
But-
forgot about that part. That was the part where I found the purple aura around myself.
Yeah.
But remember, like, you also described that his eyes went to rainbow colors?
Yeah. They did.
Yeah. Scary.
Epus's eyes flash different colors. His were just rainbow.
Oh, like solid rainbow
That's an
versus
important distinction.
rainbow.
Yeah, why was
Yeah.
it not made ever before? What?
I thought it was funny.
Yes.
No, I'm actually kidding. No, I thought I made it clear, but I guess I didn't, so now I'm telling you.
Okay, that's fair.
But
Okay.
also, you guys, nobody saw that except for nobody really saw that.
Well,
so,
I wouldn't have seen that either.
yeah.
Vorber was
like,
off having a different vision, right?
It was really me fucking with you guys a little bit, like showing that something was happening with Blank, but you guys were not able to identify what it was.
Scary.
True.
It was more so for Blank to feel something was going on.
Which really roll more random
Something's
perception
wrong. I
checks.
can feel it.
I mean, it helps explain also why he has the weirdest fucking powers that can do weird things. I still love because I have to take screenshots every time something weird happens.
I want to see a list of everything once this is over.
Once it's over, I will try and I don't remember all of it. I remember the button. I remember
I remember Button and Bridges.
I remember the button. I remember the bridges. I know what
I think those are
happened. Something is happening in Draconis Ignil because of what you did as well.
The riot thing?
Yeah, no, but the riot, you cast a spell in the riot, so there was an effect that went to something in the city.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I
You
forgot
summon the
about
avatar of death that's hunting down
I
the
might
current
as well
location.
say it because I honestly don't mind holding, like, I don't think I'm going to even remember after a while. You turned, I think, 6 people into zombies.
What do you mean you're not gonna remember that? What?
There,
Okay, I think that's kind of
There's 6 people that are going to just randomly start turning into zombies because you cast the spell in the middle of a crowd, and it was within 30 feet of a certain amount of people get transformed into zombies.
Okay.
Wow.
By zombies, do you mean they can turn other people into zombies?
Let me double check real quick. I have the screenshot.
Because
Like, are they just gonna eat brains, then they're done, or can they turn other people into zombies?
Have you started the apocalypse blank?
Is there now an
not
apocalypse?
on purpose. Look, we deal with one thing at a time.
Wait, but like, if we go back and
Then there's
everyone's
zombie
dead
apocalypse.
because of it, what the fuck? Like, we just fucking destroyed a whole town.
This whole campaign goes from fantasy
like
RPG to survival horror.
Suddenly, y'all are gonna be really fucking happy I grew up with wolves.
Hey, at
Round
least
7.
Alex will have more people to control. Technically.
1d6 people nearby will become zombies in
1d6,
3d6 days. It just says they'll become zombies. So I'll double check really quick to see if zombies can make more.
What do zombies do? What do?
Would
I didn't even know
assume so.
zombies were
They eat
in
people.
D&D.
They eat
I think
people.
it's just a form
They
of
eat
undead.
people.
I don't
Yeah.
think they can convert other people.
Yeah, they're undead. They sometimes like to eat people.
Sometimes. Just casual.
yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
They won't, it depends like how they spread, but also you don't know this.
Don't blame it on the others.
We're gonna
Hey,
just
you
go
don't
back
know that.
and there's a
You
fucking
don't know
That
massacre.
happened while there was a party nearby.
You're not aware this is a problem. What you do know as people is that blank basically just killed like 6 people.
Oh my god.
At a bare minimum 6, because if it turns into a zombie while you're at home with your kids,
Yeah, that's true. That's for me to know.
I mean, there's no way it can be traced
Okay.
back to me.
That's the kind of shit that happens, though. It's really funny.
Oh my
Yeah.
fucking god.
Can't
Almost
wait for
got
it
the
to be
zombie
like-
apocalypse.
It would be funny if one of them was like, I don't know, just somehow kills all of Evie's like enemies.
Oh my god, please! I don't want to get stabbed in the hand and
That would
die
be
again.
hilarious.
it's
Please.
one zombie. It's got like 1d10 hit points. That's almost as many hit points as Evie.
Almost.
Damn, okay, Blank, you're gonna back that up with how much health? Why'd I say Blank? Jay.
I have 74 health. I'm sitting pretty.
Yeah, but do you
I'm
have
a warlock.
do you have any sneak attack damage to worry about?
I have 1d6 sneak attack damage to work with. Thank you very much. I just don't have a weapon
Wow.
to sneak attack with.
Ooh.
I'm gonna give you a dagger.
You have those
Don't give him
clams.
a dagger. If you give him a dagger, I will literally use that dagger and stab you, Blink.
Actually, to be fair, I'm using the daggers for something else.
That's for your guys' problem.
Well, then don't use it. Don't give it to Tunnus.
Actually,
Tunnus
Daniel,
will sit
Daniel,
there
I'm worried
without a
about
weapon.
this deeply.
I mean, oh wait, what's up? Yeah. What are you worried
What's
about?
my home plane?
What's your home plane?
Yeah. Banishment could send me back to the elemental plane of water and trap me there. And I'd just be stuck. I don't have planar travel yet.
Yeah. If you just, I mean, hey, I can't tell you if you could even go through the portal.
Wait, Daniel, random question about my character.
Yes.
So, catapult. Will catapult work with spell sniper?
Fuck.
I think so.
It does.
But
Okay.
specifically, I believe it extends the spell's range in terms of how you're casting it. It does not expand the spell's range in terms of
Velocity and speed.
yeah. So
Yeah.
so I guess what I'm saying is that the object will still only go 90 feet, but you could cast it on an object twice as far away, if that makes sense.
Wait, so you're
So-
saying I have a range of 90 feet, but I have a targeting range of 180 feet?
Yeah, 120.
You could choose
Or-
rocks from behind your opponents.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could toss rocks 120 feet away and then just set them off from a distance.
Okay.
Yeah, I will say there was a lot of more dangerous things that could have happened to people. There was one where 1d6 people nearby would have to make a saving throw or be disintegrated.
Open to help my escape.
There was another one where other people would just turn into sheep.
Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good.
There's other where a bunch of people would start feeling like they're drowning. And there was another one.
They're drowning, not actually drown?
Yeah, they would just feel like they're drowning. There is a worse one, which actually might have killed you, which is 4D100 zombies appear in the area and start attacking.
Wait, I'm sorry, how many?
4D100, so potentially between 100 to 400 zombies. There is another option, which I think is funnier, which is that 4D100 zombies appear in the area and race to the nearest town.
Okay, that one's hilarious.
That one's terrifying.
There is also political ones, which are really weird. So it's like a local ruler invades a sovereign nation under false pretenses. So, I mean, you can definitely fuck with my political machinations.
I could have Draconis Igneo attack Leviathan's Federation.
Yeah, that would probably kill him, but you know.
But technically, yeah. Okay. Interesting.
I mean, honestly, I think the worst one to cast in the middle of that crowd would have just been like the basic table where you cast Fireball on yourself.
You know, the thing about that is that I actually don't... Hold on, let's see how many Fireball options there are on this list, because Blank a long time ago was like, could I do the 10,000 Wild Magic list? And I was like, sure, no problem.
Yeah. I think it's been over a year at this point, a year and a half.
You know, hey,
Roughly.
It is funny when we remember it.
True.
Any Fireball cast nearby, it has a 1% chance to scorch a 1 mile radius.
Wait,
Oh
any
no!
Fireball cast? After that point.
I'm not going to answer how that fucking works. Because I would not tell you. I would not tell you that that's what happened, but that is a possibility. Another one is the caster claims to have invented the Fireball spell.
I would love to do that.
The caster's head explodes as a 20 D6 fireball is cut from his body.
I feel like that would be a bummer. But it's still
Oh, HP, sorry. So, yes. The fireball spell won't function within 100 yards of caster.
That's a benefit.
If any allies kill target today, target explodes as a 50 HD fireball goes off.
Wait, 50?
If the target is beheaded, his head explodes as a 10 HD fireball goes off.
10 hit dice?
If the target is carrying gold, he can hurl 1 10 HD fireball.
Wait, if I'm just carrying gold, I can throw fireballs if that one happens?
I will not explain these until they come up. Next, puddle steps in by target explodes. HD fireball.
So what I'm hearing is, as soon as you mention wild magic to me, I should just not fucking move.
Target's eyes appear to be tiny fireballs.
Either don't move or run as fast as you can away.
And this one is also just any fireball cast near is 1% likely to scorch a 1 mile radius. Oh my god. Fucking hell. Yep.
I really want to look this up, but I don't, because I want...
Oh, I'll send you the list, but I'm not going to tell you what I roll.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. I just want to know what there can possibly be.
Oh, there's a lot.
Yeah, there's 10,000. Where did
There's
you find the hit
10,000.
dice for this? Or the 10,000 roll?
the 10,000 roll, I just use Google.
Okay.
There's a there's very simple ones, and then there's shit like the caster spellbook weighs 100D 1D100 plus 100 pounds.
Good thing I'm not Alex.
And then the caster's teeth grow continuously like a rodent's.
Teeth sound fun.
Hold on, let's see. If caster ingests poison, his body shrinks by 100%. If caster ingests poison, his fingers vanish. If caster ingests poison, his teeth fall out.
The entire planet experiences full daylight for 5d10 plus 24 hours.
Yeah.
The gates of hell open. The last one, if you roll a 10,000, it's just the stars are right.
Anyone relates caster by blood is invisible to him, or becomes invisible upon death.
Oh god, there's a thing for spells where you are required to say something whenever you cast a spell. So there's one where you have to say magic is my business when you cast a spell, and then there's another one where it's the prophecy is fulfilled every time you cast a spell, and another one is this probably won't work.
Daniel, you're gonna hate number 400. Unless 400. The caster awakens to find that the last 1d800 hours were only a dream.
Awakens to find that the last 1d8 hours were only a dream. That's funny.
We're in the middle.
Oh man, yeah, if that happened during the Albandra fight, that would be hilarious because what you guys would just see is you would just see Blanco.
A 5,000-pound slab of iron appears 1d10 yards above the target point. That would be a bad thing to happen when you cast Disguise Self.
That would be a bad thing to happen when you cast Disguise Self.
I like all the teleport ones. Caster can teleport 10 times at will, but loses a finger each time.
Caster randomly teleports 1d100 yards when he becomes invisible.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna head to bed. I got work early.
Yeah, I'll let you guys go to bed.
I do the same thing. Bye, friends.
Bye, bye.
Bye.
Listen, friends. Listen. Right? Listen. Just listen, guys. I'm tired. Let me just put a rant. What should we should listen to ChugJug with you. Why? Because why the fuck not? It didn't mute my other stream, I don't think. So we're gonna listen to ChugJug with you as I end the stream, because why not? I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you didn't, well then, sucks. I'm tired. Have fun with ChugJug. Okay. Ciao.
We got a #1 victory royale. Yeah, Fortnite, we bout to get down. 10 kills on the board right now. Just wiped out Tomato Town. My friend just gone down. I revived him, now we're heading southbound. Now we're in the Pleasant Park streets. Look at the map, go to the marked sheet. Take me to your Xbox to play Fortnite today. You can take me Lusty Mire, but not Loot Lake. I really love to ChugJug with you. We can be pro Fortnite gamers. He said, hey broski, you got some heals in a shield pot? I need healing and I am only at 1 HP. Hey dude, sorry, I found nothing on this safari. I checked the upstairs of that house, but not the underneath yet. There's a chest that's just down there. The storm is coming fast and you need heals to prepare. I've got V-Bucks that I'll spend, more than you can contend. I'm a cool pro Fortnite gamer. Cool pro Fortnite. Take me to your Xbox to play Fortnite today.